Economist Cevdet Akcay is the former Chief Economist at Koç Financial Services and Yapi Kredi. Welcome to TRT World, Cevdet. Now, impressive figures for the Turkish economy. Can you tell us what drove that expansion in the first quarter?
Impressive-ish, we should say. Not extremely impressive, but they're fairly good numbers. But the point is, Q1 growth numbers are irrelevant for every economy in the world at this moment, because what we're experiencing with COVID is a joint demand and supply shock, which is very unprecedented. And the first quarter figures are going to be totally irrelevant, except maybe for base purposes for the upcoming periods. And if you look at what actually led the economy to grow at 4.5%, we'll also talk about what we should be expecting going forward. Fairly moderate private consumption contribution at 3 percentage points, 1 percentage point of the government consumption adding to growth, 7 percentage points coming from inventory buildup, which is very, very crucial because this tells you that actually corporates and firms were fairly optimistic going forward regarding their expectations of the future. Therefore, they built up their inventories, but unfortunately, we have been hit by the COVID shock, which means for any demand pickup that's going to be coming slowly, obviously, from this point onward, the basic resort is going to be to this inventory buildup rather than new production. So that's going to be further slowing down the economy going forward.
Yes, and sorry. Can I just ask you, just quickly, I mentioned Turkey introduced those lockdown measures to curb the spread of the virus sometime in March, and they effectively shut down the hospitality industry, the services industry, and of course the lucrative tourism sectors. What impact might they have in the current quarter? So what can we expect for the GDP figures at the end of this quarter?
Oh, I think it's going to be huge, but this is not peculiar to Turkey. I think every economy in the world is going to be experiencing horrible second quarter pictures. Let me just give you a rough idea about what we could be expecting. If you have 4.5% growth in the first quarter, as we did, and then if you have quarter on quarter, if you have 25% reduction in GDP quarter on quarter, and then a small buildup in the third quarter of roughly around 5%, and then in the fourth quarter, a 25% surge in GDP, you end up with roughly minus 1.5. I'll repeat that once again. Quarter on quarter, second quarter plunge by 25%. Third quarter, on top of second, 5% increase in GDP. Fourth quarter, 25%. You're making up for your loss in the second quarter by exactly the same amount, 25%. You end up with minus 1.5% growth. So it's not very realistic to expect positive growth for this year, but this is, as I said, not peculiar to Turkey. Countries are going to be experiencing minus 7, 8, 9 growth rates in 2020. Yes. 2021 is going to be very, very crucial, and the funding of growth going forward will be very crucial for Turkey.
Okay, in the meantime, all eyes will be really monitoring the reopening of the economy from next month. Thank you so much, Cevdet Akcay in Istanbul.